Greetings, viewers. Slinky here with my update, my day one update for the Wintertide brand Elementalist. For those who wanted to follow along and kind of see progress on things, this clip right here playing in the background is from the stream earlier. I will link the VOD for it in the description below. But this is me doing the monster level 70. Is it like the hive thing? I forget what it's called exactly, but it's essentially endless waves. Not endless, but like waves up to 24. Pretty cool fight. You can kind of see a little bit, obviously, the map's a little bit in the way. This is me now running away. Anyway, the build is performing pretty well. We found out a couple of new things that from obviously the Fileborn stuff. We have some tips for like how we progress the campaign and like try to do things out. We are testing new stuff out this league for this build. So I typically go with Evasion ES, and we are trying to go Evasion Armor this time, as long as the game allows us. But yeah, I want to showcase a little bit of how the build performed there. To kind of show you what it looks like at like level 80, I think is where it was around at this point in the game. So the clear hands really well. The mechanic we're doing just fine. You can see we're getting like spiked limbs and all kinds of stuff. Part of the mechanic. So very cool. People who were worried about the mechanic originally, like, oh, can it handle it well? Obviously, we're only in early white maps right now, so we won't know till later. But it could potentially be pretty strong. So we're gonna keep on progressing forward. So moving on from that, let's talk about some things that we did differently. So like I said, the tree is mostly the same as what you would see in the traditional League Start POB, around like level 70-ish to 80-ish. Everything looks generically the same. There's a couple small changes here or there, but mostly the same, including just adding like, this is pretty much the big difference, which is adding armor node. Everything else is relatively similar to where you would expect it to be at this current moment. We are eventually going to be transitioning into CI, but not until we get around 5,000 ES, which we're working towards once we get around 85. But other than that, very normal. Oh, and we picked up some block nodes, which we usually don't pick up, but we're trying to go armor and block instead of evasion and suppress this time. So it'll be a little bit different than what is in the POB, but the POB one is the one I tested last league, and it's the one that I played previously. And I know it definitely works, so I want to try out the side over here, which everyone I know works from playing Vortex many years ago, when Vortex on left click was a thing. So I want to test out the armor side and get my opinion on that, so I can maybe include it into the guide for people who want to do the armor block variant instead. So not much really to share here as far as differences. You can follow along with it if you want to. This is kind of what it looks like at the current moment. That being said, let's talk about some of the stuff. So in one unique that I want to point out real quick is the Fileborn Tollborn. You can get up to, it doesn't even show it in here. Okay, I'll show it in the game. Fileborn Tollborn, it can go up to 4 cold skill levels. It goes 2 to 4. You can buy these for like 1C right now. Like if I look up at Tollborn right here, it comes with 2 different modifiers. Make sure you get the right one. Like we don't want the power charge one. We don't care about that at this current time. There are ones. There you go. And you can get like a 4. So you can get a 4 one right here for 1 chaos. There's lots of them listed, so there's plenty to go around. We don't care about the mana modifier. This thing is the only modifier we really care about, and it's just a static 12, which just adds extra exposure on top of our already great exposure because we're an elementalist. And the other modifiers don't really matter too much. I mean, with power charges we don't really use, and this only applies to hit things, so not Wintertide brand, but it'll apply to like your cold snap and all that kind of stuff. But this adds a lot of levels, which adds good bit of damage. So for early on, if you're in trade and you don't want to craft like a special wand, you can drop a chaos. You can wear this bad boy as soon as you hit 62. And that's what I'm currently using at this current time. Very strong. The other version, the Tollful, comes with a different modifier. Not this one, but this one right here. You can also pick it up for really cheap if you want to pick it up right now. I haven't tested it yet, but I'm eventually looking at potentially going power charge stacking for this. But I don't want to just power charge for no reason, but it's just an alternative way to scale the build later on. Occultists will love this more, but I still think the quality of life of Elementalist is really strong. We'll probably just look to take the Occultist node later if we need to. But even without the Occultist node, you get a lot of power just from stacking power charges on here. It's a lot of cold dot multi, so potentially another thing to pick up early while it's still cheap in case people for some reason want to play cold dot. I don't know if that's gonna be a big thing. But talking about the build, we are already on a 6 link. I said we wanted to do armor ES, but unfortunately the game has given us 2 evasion ES pieces and 1 pure ES piece. So we kind of just using what we got. We didn't have a lot of chromes. We've got the structure chrome properly. The Graft tree for the league mechanic is super strong. I do recommend for people who are definitely slower players to do the mechanic in campaign. You overlevel a lot, so that you're able to like just power through the campaign if you want to. But like using this tree, I was able to get a 4 link in Act 2, I got a 5 link in Act 3, and I got a 6 link by Act 6. And then I got a couple other 6 links since then. So 6 links are pretty easy to come by once you get around like 5 or 6 and start investing in your tree. This is what my tree current looks like. Yours will be a lot less. When you're building up, the first note I want to call out is you'll unlock this area first, probably. And you should move to this big node right here. So first 4 points, go straight to this big node. This rerolls sockets and links on equipment, give you the best outcome. This will give you your 5 links, your 4 links, your 6 links as you progress through levels. So very, really big. Then if you want to target like armor, I went here first. And I went here to target armor, and I went here to target specifically body armor. And then you can kind of like pick out, like for instance, I wanted to do intelligence and strength and not dexterity. So I have those. And more defense modifiers, looks like, and whatnot. But just getting these 4 points here will get you a lot of your links early on through the campaign. After that, you can kind of specialize a little bit as you want to kind of move it around. You can kind of see my tree here as well. I just went straight for getting more toll grass because we want toll early as possible, and then I'm gonna start making toll stronger. And I haven't done too much with this stuff yet. Obviously, I picked up more things here, but you can kind of do what you want, experiment. But this is the one I want to call it the most, was just making sure you get this as soon as possible in the campaign, and then utilizing your wombs that you can to make links. Like here, I'll even do one right now, just as a showcase of using all the blood I have left over. It's fine. Let's see if anything happens. So see, you already get a 6 socket, 5 link. We said like a chance of 6 link is obviously a lot more rare, but I have gotten 3 of them so far in the first 24 hours, which is way above where I normally would get them. So pretty good way to make even 5 links if you need to, just to help progress with the campaign. With that said, I usually recommend Replica Allelopathy because it is a good pseudo 6 link early on, and you still can use it. It's relatively cheap. But I decided not to pick it up this time because I got a 6 link so early. Usually I say when you get a 6 link and you start adding quality, your 6 link will outpace the Replica Allelopathy gloves. So you can make your own judgment call whether you want to just like get it your 6 link and just start going for it, or if you want to use the Replica Allelopathy, all totally fine. Rhyme Gaze is making another play in trade. Obviously, big damage gain here. They're going for about a chaos. Day 1, they were about 20 chaos, but don't buy them then. They're chaos now. We dropped a beta breath from the league mechanic, actually, from here. But you can obviously buy one if you want to. I did Ghost Wraith for 2 seconds, and then I literally got a 6 link afterwards, so not using Ghost Wraith. Yeah, mostly just want to talk about the mechanic. Definitely utilize this. Fileborn stuff's really sweet. Let's talk a little bit about the Grafts. This is probably my favorite one so far. You can see it's a good bit of damage, so it's 1500 to 2300, or try 15k to 23k cold damage every 0.5 seconds at this current level. The cooldown reduction, or the cooldown scales with levels, and damage scales with levels. I think you can go up to 30 naturally. I think it looked like a PoEDB you can go up to 40. So you can get pretty good single target nuttiness. Eventually, as you progress and you do a lot of the quests, you can unlock a second slot, which I'm just currently just filling with Dance in White. Big Tornado. Early on in the campaign, it just shreds packs for you. Right now, it's not really doing as much, but the modifier for extra cold damage on the thing helps us a good bit. If you're a critical strike attacking build that loves cold stuff, though, this is really good for you if you read the whole thing. So I'm interested in doing another build on this eventually. But this is the one we want the most. Fallen Crystals is really good. Aegis, so this is the freezing toll graft. The Aegis toll graft is really good too. I think I have one laying in my graft locker. Actually, let me go here. Aegis toll graft. So this is a low level one, obviously, but it gives you Res, and then it gives you, whenever you apply exposure, you get like a little bit of a shield. This is like a low level one, it's level 15. Gives you 288 shield. You can proc it on 6 second cooldown, and it lasts for 4 seconds. So pretty good defensive thing. Not bad if you can't get the other one. And then there's a Hive one, which is another toll graft that is not good for us because we don't use offering skills. But you can kind of just spin around, mess around with some stuff, see what you like. I really like this one. It helps with single target. It helps with like tough rares and stuff like that because it's just popping them every once in a while. Gazi's talking to me in the video now. But I think that's everything we want to go over. Went over the Grafts that I've experienced and loved so far. I didn't really mess with a lot of the fire stuff because it's not really related to us. But there are some cool mods there, so if you want to utilize like the fire or the lightning ones, go ahead. And I really haven't gotten any old grafts, so I haven't really done with all the old grafts yet. But eventually we want to do one old graft and one falling crystal. That being said, please note you can't have two falling crystals. I tried to put another one on and it wouldn't let me. So I can't just machine gun people down with my two falling crystal grafts. But yeah, that's it. You can see I'm doing my lazy thing where I'm not changing my flasks. I just stopped upgrading them at one point and I'm not gonna worry about it. Things are going pretty well. We have our 4 golems. Oh, which by the way, we did get a stone golem of safeguarding. Super strong defensive golem if you can pick it up. I think actually I ended up buying this one. I went to go buy the ghost strike from somebody and they had this for sale for 1C. So I was like, I'm picking it up. So we looked out and got that as well. We love the async trade. Async trade's great. We're going to be progressing the build to go further defensively. Like I said, we're soon going to be on CI. I don't think there's too much more about the build update. We're mostly just doing maps. Oh, one thing about like progressing stuff. Usually I stop in Act 6 and do heist. I did a little bit this time, but usually I do a lot more to gain some currency. I don't feel like it's super worth it unless you're investing yourself heavily into heist as your main farming mechanic, which if you're doing that, there's a lot of money to be made there. So definitely, if you're enjoying it, do it. But if you're doing it for as a pit stop, don't worry about it probably. You get so much money from doing the mechanic. Like there's a lot of currency wombs. They produce that like chaos constantly. So you can, if you're just progressing your campaign, progressing through your maps, getting as much blood as you can, all of that will be really beneficial for getting your early chaos to buy you a couple things here or there. Other than that, I am just going to be progressing my Atlas. As you see, I'm working my way up here towards Unwavering Vision. I can talk about that on stream a little bit more once I progress further. But we're just going Unwavering Vision, grab some shrine nodes, grab some map nodes, and just work on that. As far as making money early, I'm not really focused on it. Focusing mostly on just progression. I don't really focus on making money until I hit like tier 16s and I'm clearing them really well. And then we'll focus more on like the mechanics of what I want to farm at that time. And probably in the next video, to be honest. So that's it. That's it for me. If you're enjoying the build or if you're not enjoying the build, feel free to leave comments. Like, let me know how you feel about it. If you're having problems, feel free to stop by one of the streams on either Twitch or the YouTube, and I will gladly help you troubleshoot any issues you might have on this build. I'll even sometimes help with other people's builds as long as I understand it. So feel free to stop by and ask questions. We're building a community that likes to help each other learn and grow. So don't be afraid to ask questions. As we say constantly in PoE streams, there are no stupid questions in PoE. So feel free to ask them whenever you see me live or in a comment, or if you want to join the community Discord, we're also help out there, and we're building a little bit of a community that helps each other out. So feel free to hang out and vibe with us. But that's it for this video. Like I said, sweet and short, hopefully. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys are enjoying the league. I'm having a blast. And then I hope to catch you in the next video or the next stream. All right. Bye, chat. Bye.